Hello, my name is Carson Neal, and I'm very excited that you decided to come to this presentation today. Just making the decision to learn more about this subject signifies your readiness to take action, and action is necessary to maintain your independence. Now, the title of today's discussion is Falls, but the subtitle is what we should be concerned with most: maintaining your independence. This will become more clear as we go along. Let's go over the program goals that we will achieve today. We're going to have a presentation of data on falls and fall-related injuries for the 65 and over population, which should increase your level of awareness of the possible outcomes of falling. I'm also going to provide information that facilitates the group in the awareness of their own level of fall risk and ways that you can positively impact that level of risk, including your behavior and possible environmental factors. Finally, in the second half of the program, we're going to have some exercises that will improve your balance, thereby reducing your risk of fall. Here are some of our program objectives for today. We're going to consider statistical data on falling and have a discussion about that. And I want you to note that if anyone has anything to add to the discussion, please raise your hand. I will recognize you. That way you can stand up and share what you want with the whole group so we can all benefit from your knowledge. Next, we're going to examine different components of balance, including physiological ones, and the other systems in the body that can have an impact on our balance. And we're going to examine data on fall-related injuries and have a discussion about that. We're also going to discover ways of reducing your risk of falling, including the exercises which we'll explore in the second half of the program. And we're going to practice those right here in the room. That's why the rooms are spread out, the seats are spread out in the room the way that they are, so that everyone can get up and move around easily and we can practice the exercises together. I'll be here to give you feedback, and I'll have handouts for you with instructions on how to perform the exercises, as well as some images that give you an idea of how to do them correctly, to remind you. All right, falls. An event which results in a person coming to rest on the ground, precipitated by a misstep. What do you think the percentage is of people who fall each year in the 65 and over population? Would it surprise you to learn that over 33% of adults age 65 and over fall each year? That means take a look to your left, take a look to your right, the person sitting on either side of you. That's 3 people. One of you has a very good chance that you will fall in the next year. Now, what do you think the leading cause of fatal injuries is in the same age population? It's not a trick question. That's right, it's falling. Okay, what do you think the leading cause of non-fatal injuries is in the same age population? Okay, this is getting pretty easy, right? A little too predictable? Well, it's a sad fact. In 2008, 2.1 million non-fatal injuries were reported in emergency rooms, and about 560,000 resulted in a hospital stay. The costs associated with this were $19 billion. The CDC has predicted that by the year 2020, those costs could be as high as $50 billion. Falls are listed as number 7 on the list of the 18 leading medical diagnoses after circulatory diseases, nervous system disorders, mental disorders, respiratory diseases, digestive diseases, and neoplasms. Let's talk about balance a little bit now. What is balance? Well, balance can be described as the ability to maintain a vertical orientation of the center of mass on the support, thereby exhibiting postural stability. It's a bit complicated. I reduced that a little bit too. The ability to stay upright and not fall down. Now, there are several different sensory components of balance. You have the inner ear, you have your eyes, and you have your sensory perception. That means the nerves in your feet, in your hands, your ability to sense where your limbs are in space. As we get older, our ability to balance with the vestibular becomes more impacted.